Overthinking is like being caught in a spider's web. You twist, turn, and struggle, but the more you fight, the deeper you're entangled in the sticky strands of worry and doubt. It traps you in a cycle of fears, regrets, and endless analysis, pulling you further away from peace and clarity. Just as the web confines a prey's movement, overthinking limits your ability to focus on the present and enjoy life fully. Whether it's replaying past mistakes or fretting over a future you cannot predict, this mental clutter weighs heavily on your well-being. But here's the truth: you don't have to remain tangled in this web. By embracing timeless Buddhist teachings, you can start to untangle your mind, find your center, and regain control. Buddhism offers profound wisdom on how to quiet the noise in your head and return to a state of inner harmony. It teaches us to let go of attachment, embrace impermanence, and anchor ourselves in mindfulness, powerful tools for breaking free from the grip of overthinking. Imagine living a life where you can observe your thoughts without being controlled by them, where you feel grounded in the present moment instead of chasing a fleeting past or an uncertain future. This isn't just wishful thinking, it's entirely possible with practice and the guidance of Buddhist principles. In this video, we dive into 6 transformative Buddhist teachings that will help you stop overthinking and unlock the calm, centered state of mind you deserve. Each teaching is practical, relatable, and tailored to help you find peace amidst the chaos of modern life. If these insights resonate with you, don't keep them to yourself. Hit the like button, share this video with someone who needs it, and subscribe to our channel, Life Lessons, for more content that enriches your soul and inspires your journey. Together, let's cultivate inner peace and wisdom, one step at a time. 1. Living in the present. According to the teachings of the Buddha, living in the present moment is one of the most important steps to overcoming overthinking and finding inner peace. But what does this mean? And why is it so difficult to achieve? When we overthink, we are often trapped in regrets about the past or worries about the future. Perhaps you dwell on a mistake you made, feeling embarrassed or ashamed. Or you might worry about something that hasn't happened yet, wondering if you'll do well or if things will go wrong. These thoughts not only create stress but also pull you away from the present, where true peace resides. The Buddha's teaching reminds us, do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment. This doesn't mean you have to forget the past or ignore the future. Instead, it emphasizes that fully embracing each moment as it comes can free you from the cycle of overthinking. Consider a common situation in everyday life: you're having dinner with your family. Instead of enjoying the food or connecting with your loved ones, your mind is consumed by thoughts like, what do I need to do tomorrow? Did I make a mistake last week? These thoughts cause you to miss out on the joy and connection that the present moment offers. To live in the present, start with small steps. Practice mindfulness by focusing on your senses. Pay attention to the taste of your food, the feeling of a surface you touch, or the sounds around you. This is a simple way to train your mind to come back to the present. Another effective tool is your breath. When you notice yourself getting caught in overthinking, take a few moments to focus on your breathing. Breathe in and out naturally, feeling each breath as it flows. This not only reduces stress but also grounds your mind in the here and now. Living in the present isn't something that happens overnight. But with patience and regular practice, you'll gradually notice positive changes in your mindset. You'll learn to let go of the burdens of the past and future and cherish the precious moments of life as they happen. Practicing this teaching is a journey toward freeing yourself from overthinking and discovering true peace in the now. And you absolutely deserve that. 2. Letting go of what you can't control. One of the most liberating teachings of Buddhism is the idea of letting go of what you cannot control. At first glance, this might sound passive, but in reality, it's an empowering act of self-compassion and clarity. How often do we exhaust ourselves mentally, trying to fix situations or control outcomes that are simply beyond our grasp? Like trying to push a boulder that won't budge, this struggle only leads to frustration, stress, and overthinking. In Buddhist philosophy, suffering often arises not from events themselves, but from our attachment to them. We cling to the idea that things must go a certain way or that we can force outcomes to align with our desires. This attachment becomes the root of our distress, because life, as we know, rarely goes exactly as planned. Recognizing this truth is not about giving up, it's about releasing the illusion of control and finding peace in acceptance. Imagine you're stuck in traffic on your way to an important meeting. Your immediate reaction might be to worry, blame the situation, or try to somehow speed things up. But none of these actions can change the traffic, it's outside your control. What you can control, however, is your response. Instead of fighting what you can't change, take a deep breath and accept the present moment. Shift your focus to something constructive, like preparing mentally for the meeting or simply enjoying a calming song on the radio. Buddhism uses a beautiful metaphor to illustrate this. Trying to push a boulder that refuses to move will only leave you exhausted. But when you stop pushing and let go, you regain your energy and clarity. You can decide to walk around the boulder, take another path, or simply sit and rest. Similarly, in life, letting go doesn't mean you stop caring, it means you recognize the limits of your control and focus your energy on what truly matters. Practicing this teaching can start with small steps. Begin by identifying situations that you've been holding onto emotionally, even though they're beyond your control. It could be a mistake someone else made, an outcome you're nervous about, or an event you wish had gone differently. Acknowledge the situation, then consciously choose to let it go. This isn't always easy, it takes practice and patience, but it brings profound relief over time. Additionally, mindfulness can be a powerful tool for letting go. When you find yourself ruminating over something, take a moment to ground yourself. Focus on your breath or the sensations in your body. This helps shift your awareness away from the thought and back to the present moment, reminding you that the only thing you can truly control is your mindset. Letting go doesn't mean accepting defeat, it's about embracing freedom. When you stop fighting battles you were never meant to fight, you open up space for inner peace, clarity, and growth. Through this teaching, you learn that true strength lies not in control but in acceptance. 3. Simplicity is the key to peace. In a world full of distractions, complexity often takes over our lives without us realizing it. We are surrounded by endless choices, constant notifications, and an overwhelming flow of information that competes for our attention. This mental clutter fuels overthinking, making it difficult to focus, relax, or even enjoy simple moments. However, Buddhist teachings emphasize the value of simplicity as a pathway to inner peace, reminding us that less is often more. When life becomes too complicated, our minds get tangled in unnecessary worries, decisions, and comparisons. Think about your daily routine, the countless emails, messages, and tasks piling up, or the endless scrolling on social media. These habits create mental noise, leaving us feeling drained and scattered. Simplicity, on the other hand, encourages us to declutter both our external and internal worlds, allowing us to focus on what truly matters. The Buddhist teachings guide us to simplify our lives, not by depriving ourselves, but by prioritizing meaningful experiences and shedding the distractions that weigh us down. Take the philosophy of Shibumi, for example, which celebrates beauty in simplicity. A clean space, a calm mind, or even a single quiet moment can hold more value than the busyness of juggling 100 things. Simplifying doesn't mean avoiding responsibilities, it means approaching them with clarity and purpose. You can start embracing simplicity by taking small steps. Begin with your physical environment, cleaning out a cluttered desk, organizing your room, or even giving away things you no longer need. This external decluttering often leads to an inner sense of calm. The space you create in your surroundings reflects in your mind, making it easier to focus and feel grounded. Simplicity also means being intentional with your time and energy. Instead of multitasking, try focusing on one thing at a time. When you eat, truly savor the flavors. When you talk to someone, listen wholeheartedly. These small yet powerful practices help you stay present and reduce mental strain. In doing so, you'll notice that simplicity doesn't mean doing less, it means doing things better, with more awareness. Another way to simplify is to evaluate your commitments. Are you saying yes to everything out of obligation or fear of missing out? Buddhist teachings encourage us to let go of what doesn't serve our well-being. Reflect on your priorities, and don't hesitate to say no when it's necessary. This act of letting go allows you to redirect your energy toward what genuinely brings you happiness and fulfillment. Ultimately, simplicity isn't just a lifestyle, it's a mindset. It's about seeing beauty in the basics, finding joy in little things, and creating space for peace amidst life's chaos. When you simplify your life, you free yourself from the endless noise and distractions that fuel overthinking. 4. You are not your thoughts. One of the most profound teachings in Buddhism is the realization that you are not your thoughts. At first, this concept might seem confusing. After all, aren't our thoughts what define who we are? But this teaching invites us to take a step back and observe the mind, helping us understand that thoughts are simply temporary phenomena that come and go, much like clouds drifting across the sky or leaves floating down a river. In daily life, we often get caught up in our thoughts, identifying so strongly with them that they shape how we see ourselves and the world. For instance, you might think, "I'm not good enough," or "what if I fail?" These thoughts can spiral into self-doubt and anxiety, causing unnecessary suffering. However, Buddhist philosophy encourages us to recognize that these thoughts are not permanent truths, they are just mental events passing through the mind. Imagine sitting by a river and watching leaves float by on the water's surface. Each leaf represents a thought. Some leaves are beautiful and uplifting, while others are darker and weigh you down. The key is to simply observe the leaves without jumping into the river to chase them. Similarly, when thoughts arise, you don't need to attach to them or resist them. By observing them with curiosity and detachment, you create space to respond mindfully rather than reacting impulsively. A practical way to practice this teaching is through mindfulness meditation. When you meditate, you focus on your breath and notice when your mind starts to wander. Instead of getting frustrated, simply acknowledge the thought and gently bring your attention back to your breath. This simple practice trains your mind to recognize thoughts as passing events rather than defining realities. In everyday situations, this teaching can be incredibly liberating. For example, if someone criticizes you, your first reaction might be to think, "I'm a failure," or "they don't like me." By remembering that you are not your thoughts, you can step back and question these assumptions. Are they really true, or are they just mental habits? This awareness allows you to respond with clarity and compassion, rather than letting negative thoughts take control. Buddhism also teaches that we are the observer of our thoughts, not the thoughts themselves. You might think of yourself as the sky, vast, open, and unchanging, while your thoughts are the clouds that come and go. No matter how stormy or cloudy the sky becomes, its true nature remains untouched. Similarly, your true self is not altered by the fleeting nature of your thoughts. This understanding is incredibly empowering. It means you are not defined by negative or anxious thoughts. You have the ability to let them pass, like leaves on a river or clouds in the sky. By detaching from your thoughts and observing them with mindfulness, you can free yourself from the grip of overthinking and find a sense of inner peace. 5. Practice mindfulness, anchor in breath. Mindfulness is more than just a technique, it is a way of life that empowers you to be fully present without judgment. In a world filled with chaos, distractions, and stress, mindfulness helps you find clarity and peace by grounding yourself in the present moment. Among various mindfulness practices, anchoring yourself in your breath is one of the simplest yet most transformative tools to calm the mind and stop overthinking. Overthinking often pulls you into a spiral of worry and fear. Your thoughts might race ahead to situations that haven't happened yet or replay past moments you wish could be changed. This mental noise keeps you stuck, unable to enjoy the beauty of the now. Mindfulness interrupts this cycle by teaching you to focus your attention and return to the present. The breath serves as a perfect anchor because it is always available, natural, and connected to life itself. Whenever you notice your mind wandering or spiraling into overthinking, pause and turn your attention to your breath. Observe how it feels as you inhale and exhale, without trying to change anything. Feel the rise and fall of your chest or the sensation of air passing through your nose. This gentle act of focus grounds you, pulling you back from the storm of thoughts into a state of calm. Mindfulness through breath is incredibly versatile. You can practice it anywhere and at any time. You don't need special equipment or hours of preparation. For example, if you're feeling overwhelmed at work, take a few deep breaths at your desk. If you're stuck in a traffic jam, shift your focus to your breathing instead of the frustration around you. These moments of mindfulness create space between you and your thoughts, allowing you to observe them without judgment. Practicing mindfulness is not about trying to control your thoughts or eliminate them, it's about changing your relationship with them. Instead of being carried away by your worries, you become an observer. Thoughts may arise, but they lose their power to control your emotions or decisions. You learn to let them pass like clouds drifting across the sky, while staying anchored in the present. Beyond calming the mind, mindfulness offers additional benefits, including reduced stress, improved focus, and greater emotional resilience. Over time, it cultivates a sense of inner stability that helps you face life's challenges with clarity and grace. By anchoring yourself in your breath, you learn to respond to situations thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Mindfulness doesn't require perfection, it only asks for practice. Start small, perhaps by dedicating 5 minutes each day to focusing on your breath. Gradually, you'll find that this practice becomes second nature, transforming your way of thinking and approaching life. 6. Trust in impermanence. Impermanence, or the understanding that all things are temporary, is a central teaching in Buddhism and a powerful antidote to overthinking. Life is a constant flow of changes, nothing stays the same, and no situation, emotion, or challenge lasts forever. While this truth may feel unsettling at first, it is profoundly liberating when embraced. It allows you to let go of unnecessary worry and find peace in the present moment, knowing that whatever you're experiencing will eventually pass. Overthinking often comes from a fear of permanence. For example, you might worry that a mistake you made will define you forever, or that a problem you're facing has no end. But when you reflect on impermanence, you realize that every storm runs its course, every challenge has an eventual resolution, and even the darkest moments give way to light. Impermanence reminds us that life is a cycle of ups and downs, and nothing remains static. Consider a simple analogy: seasons. Winter feels long and cold, but it always transitions to spring, then summer, and autumn before returning again. Just as nature moves in cycles, so do our emotions, struggles, and experiences. Impermanence teaches us that just as winter doesn't last forever, neither does sadness, fear, or stress. This perspective helps dissolve the sense of permanence that fuels overthinking. Practicing trust in impermanence begins with observing the world around you. Notice how even the most mundane things change: the blooming of flowers, the movement of clouds, or the fading of daylight into night. These small reminders of impermanence can help ground you when your mind starts to spiral into overthinking. You begin to see that change is not something to fear but something to accept and flow with. Another way to embrace impermanence is by reflecting on your past. Think of moments that felt overwhelming or insurmountable at the time. How many of those situations have since resolved or faded away? This exercise can provide comfort, showing you that even your current worries are temporary and will eventually pass. Mindfulness meditation is also a powerful tool for connecting with impermanence. During meditation, you observe your thoughts, feelings, and sensations as they arise and fall. You see that each thought, no matter how intense, is like a wave, coming to the surface, cresting, and eventually dissipating. This practice helps you detach from overthinking and find peace in the ebb and flow of life. The beauty of impermanence is that it also applies to joy and happiness, reminding us to cherish good moments while they last. When you embrace impermanence, you stop clinging to outcomes or resisting change. Instead, you learn to live fully in the present, appreciating each moment for what it is. Trusting in impermanence doesn't mean ignoring challenges or being passive, it means facing life's ups and downs with grace and acceptance. By letting go of the fear that your worries will last forever, you open yourself to the possibility of peace, growth, and transformation. Impermanence is not just a reminder that struggles pass, it's a lesson that life is precious because it's fleeting. And within that fleetingness lies the key to inner peace. Conclusion. Life's challenges may seem overwhelming at times, but the teachings explored here remind us that peace is always within reach. By applying the principles of living in the present moment, letting go of what you can't control, embracing simplicity, recognizing that you are not your thoughts, practicing mindfulness, and trusting in impermanence, you open yourself to a calmer, more intentional way of living. These teachings are not abstract ideas, they are practical tools you can incorporate into your daily life to break free from overthinking and find balance amidst the chaos. Imagine a life where your thoughts no longer define or control you, where you can calmly navigate challenges without being weighed down by fear or doubt. This transformation doesn't happen overnight, but every small step you take brings you closer to a more peaceful and fulfilling existence. Through mindfulness and self-awareness, you can cultivate an inner calm that remains steady even as life continues to change around you. Remember that the journey towards inner peace is not about perfection, it's about progress and practice. Each moment you choose to be present, let go of attachment, or anchor yourself in your breath is a victory in itself. These small, consistent efforts build the foundation for lasting peace and clarity. As we part ways in this discussion, I hope these insights inspire you to embark on your own journey of self-discovery and tranquility. Carry these teachings with you, and let them guide you toward a life filled with mindful awareness, acceptance, and joy. The path to inner peace lies within you, you just need to take the first step. We're so grateful that you took the time to watch this video and explore these transformative Buddhist teachings with us. We hope these insights help bring more clarity, peace, and balance into your life. If you found value in this content, please don't forget to hit the like button to show your support, share this video with someone who might benefit from it, and subscribe to our channel, Life Lessons, to stay updated on more inspiring and meaningful content.